Hello everyone. This video is being made as a point to Creative Assembly that Rome 2 is a little bit debalanced in some areas. The point that I am making in this video is the artillery. Now the artillery is a bit fun to use in this game, but I still think it's a bit debalanced, and I'm going to try and prove that point now with this replay here and a few others. And I'm also going to do a comparison between Rome 2 and Empire Total War. Reason being that that obviously has advanced artillery, and yeah, here you go.
Men, I must ask you now to face an army of Gauls, barbarians.
Right. Now it takes a few minutes for this to get started. Well, no, it doesn't take a few minutes. It takes a minute or so to this to get started. And any second now they'll start firing. As you can see, this is an army made of Praetorian Guard. So these are like the elite of Rome. And these are all Celtic heavy onagers. Obviously you need to have a general in this game for it to work. But yeah, it's basically Celtic heavy onagers versus Praetorian Guard. So hold on. Oh, sorry, my frame rate's suffering just there. Yeah, my frame rate's going all the way down right now. Sorry about this, guys. Here you go, first shot's coming in. Cool, blimey. So that was what? 25 men in the first volley there that just died. Another 15 there. This unit's getting torn to shreds already before the battle's already started. Oh. Oh. Look at that, that poor bugger just walked into fire. Yeah, the effects, I will concede to you, Creative Assembly, are very, very, very good. Right, I think you've made a very good job of the effects in this game. So let me say that before I start with criticism. I mean, what I'm doing here is I'm marching the whole army slowly towards the artillery to show you the effect it has. And then I'm going to do the same thing in Empire Total War, so you can see a comparison of ancient artillery to 17th century artillery. I mean, this unit's... Right. 3/4 of that unit are dead, already. They're burning to death. That's a little bit overpowered, don't you think? This is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit overpowered. That unit's practically ready to rout. Obviously we're getting a little bit of kills from the rolling down the hill, but that shouldn't make a huge difference. Yeah, they're getting a little bit of casualties from the hill, but never mind. The point still stands.
Understood.
Right, here we go, first routers already. Let's have a look at the general. No, nothing to see here. Yeah. Anyway, as you can see, this army has been pretty badly beaten up already, and it's only really, what, 3 minutes so far? I'd say about half of my army is dead at this point. Yeah, I'd say about half my army is dead at this point, and this has been about 3 minutes into the battle. Now theoretically, of course, if I had mass charged them at this point, I might still have won. But that wasn't the point of this battle. The point of this battle is to show you how powerful the artillery is in this game. It's a bit too powerful, to be perfectly honest. God help you if you brought this during multiplayer, you'd slaughter your opponents.
Understood.
General's about half strength. Yeah, are we about down to a third men at this point? I'd say we're down to about a third of the men at this point.
Understood. On my order. As you command. Back! Back!
And at this point, I think a chain rout starts.
Ready to me.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, chain rout, there you go. Whole army just routed. That was 5 minutes into the battle. Massive chain rout, just from artillery. And look at that. 2,000 losses. In 5 minutes. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artillery pieces. And I'd say the average number of kills there, well that's 400 nearly, 100, 450, 170. You're looking about 200 to 300 artillery there. Sorry, 200 to 300 kills per artillery piece there. That's quite a lot in 5 minutes. That's like Battle of the Somme level. Anyway, I'm going to exit here and go into Empire Total War to show you the comparison. Right, and here we are with Empire Total War, and I'm just loading up another replay. To give you a comparison. As you can see, this is all melee infantry. Warrior society from Plains Nations. Obviously I've got a general here as well. Or if I can just... yeah, that's the general there as well. I thought, why not? And against them, I've got British artillery, 24 Iber foot artillery, which are pretty much the most powerful artillery that you can realistically get. I mean, some of the Turkish artillery is a little bit better, but I thought this is good enough. This will prove the point. And I might fast forward it at this point because... right, I'm just fast forwarding it there so we actually get into range. Now, these are obviously the elite melee infantry of the Plains Nations. So as a comparison, you've got the elite melee infantry of Rome versus... oh, hold on, we're actually getting shots coming in. See, that guy's lost... how many has he lost? 11 men. Nothing... 12. Right. I reckon the whole army's lost about 30 men. In the first few shots there. That's nothing compared to how much Rome lost in its first few volleys against the artillery on Rome 2. This is why I think the artillery is a bit overpowered. I mean, obviously this general's getting shot to shreds here because it's getting concentrated fire from all of them. And yet now he's running away. And there you go, now he's dead. But look at this, right? The rest of my army pretty much isn't touched. And so whilst the Empire Total War artillery is capable of doing some damage, and is still fairly dangerous, although a little bit underpowered if I'm being honest, it's not ludicrously overpowered like the Rome 2 artillery is. I mean look, most of their shots are missing. I think their fire probability is about 45% if I remember rightly. I mean a few more men there, a few men there, a few men just there. But nothing major. I'm just leisurely walking across this field towards the enemy artillery, which I know is fundamentally stupid, but that's not the point. The point is, this is to test how powerful artillery really is. And I do think it's a bit ludicrous, guys, that you've made the 17th century artillery less powerful than Rome 2's artillery, or rather, you've made Rome 2's artillery more powerful than 17th century stuff. Gunpowder artillery. That seems a little unrealistic to me. It seems to lack, you know, parity and a sense of realism. Because There's a few more. Oh no, no. Oh yeah, a few more just there. But notice they're not suffering from morale shock. Not really, anyway. Although one difference I will note is they don't march in formation quite as easily. Although given that they're plains nations, that might not be quite understandable. So whilst the artillery in this game, for instance, Empire Total War, is able to slaughter my general when they all focus fire, they aren't able to butcher my whole army. Now, in my opinion, these guys could do with being a little bit more powerful, and Rome 2 guys could do with being a little less powerful. I don't know how you want to arrange that, but that's your choice. Sorry, you might not be able to hear me over the gunpowder, so I'll come over here. Now, in a little bit, I think I started a mass charge. As you can see, I'm quite leisurely walking towards them. And I'm in no real danger of dying. Well, a few of my men are, but most of them are. I think this might have been the point where no, it's a couple of minutes yet. At some point I started a mass charge. As you can see, I've all lined up quite neatly. I'm facing them, I'm letting them take shots at me, and they're still not managing to destroy me. Now this is a little bit too far the other direction, to be fair, but you can still see that it is ridiculous that Rome 2's artillery is more powerful than these guys. That's just silly in my opinion. Oh, here you go, mass charge. A few more men just going down, and yeah, there you go. Them giving their war cries and everything and going in. Yeah. And look, the artillery's already gone. God blimey, they're even shooting their own men. Yeah, they're broken. You see quite clearly, right, this lot were able to walk across a field, engage a load of artillery quite safely and easily, whereas the other blokes, the Praetorian Guard, weren't able to do that. And that just seems to me to be a little, well, a little bit unfair, really. Seems a little bit unrealistic. They sound like bloody howling banshees, this lot. Good grief. And I think it ends in a... Yeah, there you go. Losses, 563. Compare that to the 2,000 odd men I lost in the other one. I mean, that's what? 1/4 of the other ones? Lost 34, 41, 27, 16. Yeah, oh, 0 in that case. Looking at a high average of about 40, no, not even 40, I'd say 30 men per one. Right, anyway, I think that gives you enough of a comparison. Right, hi guys, as you can see I'm back again, and I'm just going to prove the point with another replay here. This is one artillery versus one unit. Obviously there's a general on each side. Right, and this time I'm commanding the artillery. As you can see, they're already starting to fire. That's seconds into the video. First shot's going out. That's about 5 casualties there, none... Oh no, more than that, sorry. That's about, what, 24 casualties just there? And yeah, it's quite fun actually, in fairness. I mean, they're going down like flies. But even though it's quite fun, I do think there's a serious point that needs to be made. that it's not really realistic to have men being slaughtered like that. Oh. Any man who falls behind will answer to you. Well, I'd say they're being slaughtered in front of you, mate, so I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, how many times a minute do you think that thing's firing? That seems a little... were ancient artillery able to fire this quickly? Because I think I activated quick reload at this point. I mean, I did do some battles with someone I know from another forum, Gosnell, and that was quite fun. But I do still think that this is a bit too overpowered. I mean, they are being absolutely massacred. I mean, this battle lasted, what, 2 minutes? They were butchered in 2 minutes flat. Oh, and he's gone. He's gone. There you go. I'm not even sure that this lasted that long. I mean, there you go. It was over. It was over in 2 minutes flat. Yeah, oh, there you go. 2 minutes, 130 men, gone. Nothing happens to anybody which he is not fitted by nature to bear. Okay. Anyway, that's one of the reasons... No, not yet. That's one of the reasons why I still think this is... Well, it's a little bit unrealistic, really. It's very, very fun, and I do think changes needed to be made to the artillery, but it's a little unrealistic still, is my point, I think. So anyway, I'm going to load up an individual battle in Empire Total War. This is 1 versus 1 again, just to really prove my point. And look, you guys have done a good job with the game, right? Well, I don't know, I don't think you've done a good job, but there's still some issues, but I can see that you've put a lot of work and love into the game. The effects were awesome, by the way, but I do think that something needs to be made to make the artillery a little less powerful. Then when you've done that, there's a few more tweaks that need to be made to different balancing. Like, for instance, elephants, I think, are a bit too overpowered. I'm not quite sure how you want to do that. I might discuss how that could be done on the forum. I suppose you could lower its fire probability, because that artillery was firing... It was about, what, 5 shots a minute? No, it was more than that, wasn't it? Anyway, we'll continue this over on Empire. Right, here we go again, guys. One last point, just to really hammer my point home. Or sorry, one last replay to hammer my point home. Because, yeah, this one was 1 artillery unit versus 1 infantry, or sorry, 1, well, line infantry unit, I think it was. Right, here we go. I was commanding the artillery again. This is an Austrian foot artillery, same as the other ones in the other battle. And that's them unlimbering, just there. Against... Here we go. British line infantry. Right. I'm just taking a leisurely stroll across the field. I'll just fast forward it until we reach about there, because I think that's where they actually started firing. Now, right, guys. Obviously, yeah. I'm not suggesting that Rome 2 goes all the way down to Empire Total War's level of artillery. I think what needs to be made here is a medium point between the 2 points, because this isn't powerful enough. I'm just going to play it normally there from this point, and the other one is too powerful, right? I mean, you'll see at the end of this battle, but these guys basically survived with over half the unit still intact, and that was even after they'd charged the artillery. Actually, I'm going to fast forward it a little bit more, because I think it was about that point that they started being able to fire. Bit more, bit more, bit more. And yeah, that'll do. Right. And another thing, the maps seem to be a little bit smaller on this, on Rome 2. I don't know why, but they start immediately under artillery fire, whereas for several minutes I was marching towards them there. Anyway, here we go, first shots should be coming in. Missed. Didn't even do anything. No worries guys, you're not being hit yet. Passing the wheelbarrow. Are they going to even hit them yet? No, not yet. See, look how often that artillery fires compared to Rome 2, right? I mean, how many minutes has this gone on for? That's probably about once a minute that manages to fire, compared to 5 times a minute that the other one manages to. Here we go, again. Oh, missed again. Blimey. Think they're going to manage to actually hit them yet? It's not looking like it at this point. I mean, this is too far the other direction in fairness, but yeah. Here we go, I think they're going to fire again. Hey, there you go. That 8 men just got shot there. And yeah, that well, to be fair, that's not firing enough, really, is it? But even so, yeah, I think you get the point. So I'm going to fast forward it a little bit, until they get a bit closer. There you go, a few more men just dead there. So we've got 12 men dead. No, sorry, 10 plus 4, 14 men dead so far. Right, another miss. Their hit probability, I think, was about 45% if I remember rightly. Oh yeah, and it crashes at this point. Sorry about this. It will come back, honest. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, it glitches at that point for some reason. I think this is the point where I order them to go into canister shot. But you see, here's the thing, right? Rome 2's artillery is fun to use. Empire's kind of isn't. But that said, it needs to be a bit realistic. I mean, at this point they actually managed to score some kills. Yeah, at that point they actually scored some decent kills. And they made the enemy waver. If they'd have got 2 volleys in, they might have actually stood a chance. I mean, they're trying, but yeah, they don't quite make it. Because the charge, yeah, there you go, they're done for. That artillery is now done for. And there you go, there's the statistics. 43 losses versus 130 for the other one. That's quite striking. Anyway guys, right, my point is that 17th century artillery should not be less powerful than Rome 2's artillery in my view. I don't think that's right at all. And in conclusion, some medium point between Empire Total War and the current state of Rome 2 needs to be found. How you want to go about that is your choice. But that, in conclusion, I think is my final point, really. So, yeah, I'm going to sign off there. CA, I hope you fix the balancing issues with Rome 2. I might do another video on this subject. Might not, we'll see. Region of Sparta, out.